jackpot. Some of the memes are funny. I'm also sitting there and laughing, go, come on, I don't speak like that. That said that Daniel and I were getting a divorce and I was also pregnant.
நீங்களும் டைரக்டர் ஆகணுமா? Participate in Kidnap Presents Take One Short Film Contest. For more details, download Kidnap. Q&Q Pharmacy. தரமான மருந்து குறைவான விலையில். Save up to 70% on medicines.
It's just nonsense. So I wonder if she was more concerned about the divorce or having a child. My brother's always supported me. Daniel's mother is also very kind and loving and supportive. So situationship also means that you're dating. Yeah, I'm on the market, I'm dating people. To the idea of watching somebody's love story, how they meet, the things that go on, especially with reality show, erupted. Unbelievable what happened in front of us. The entire production was then on floor separating these boys because they were just so crazy. What they showed on TV was a fraction of what happened. You know, a lot of time has passed. Relationships and exes that were still had baggage or still were very raw. Their feelings were very raw.
I'm sure like there are too many questions, too many interviews and all this. I just want to have let's have a small game segment with you. Big Boss.
Baby something? Babos? Baseball? Bebo? Bobo?
Big Boss.
Oh, Big Boss.
Okay, last one.
All right. Oh, Splitsvilla.
Oh.
I know Splitsvilla. I've said Splitsvilla so many times in my life.
All right.
Tampon? Chaperone? Shampoo? I don't know what you're saying.
Try.
Sabun?
What's sabun?
I don't know.
What's sabun?
I don't know. This one's, I don't know. I like seriously think you're saying something else. I don't know.
Jackpot.
Oh, jackpot.
When you're in social media, there's always like too many trolls and memes and all these stuffs comes up.
Yeah.
You know,
some of the memes are funny. There's memes coming out like Splitsvilla memes. There's a couple of artists out there on social media who are making fun of me, and I'm also sitting there and laughing, go, come on, I don't speak like that, or you know, dress like that. But it's funny and it's fun to watch.
but at any point, have you ever felt like I'm sitting in my own world and how come they could just put out trolls like this, or that's not going to affect you, is it, Sunny?
No, it doesn't affect me because I don't.
Because
know them.
recently, I don't know, somewhere vaguely I remember there was like, you've been separated. Son Leone is, you know, I saw somewhere like you and Danny's not together. And there was
Oh, you did?
Seriously?
So there was one article that came out a long time ago that said that Daniel and I were getting a divorce, and I was also pregnant.
Oh.
All at the same time. So I was pregnant and I was getting a divorce. And then my mother-in-law called us and she says, is there something you want to tell me? I was like, no. And Daniel was like, no, there's nothing going on. It's just nonsense. You know, this is what I mean by like sometimes like certain media outlets and journalists will just blow things out of proportion and add fuel to this nonsense. And it's when the media adds fuel to some of this nonsense, that's when things like can take a turn for, you know, not so great things. That we just laughed off because that was really funny.
But what was Danny's reaction after?
He was laughing like me. You know, his mother called him and she's like, do you need to tell me something? Is everything okay? So I wonder if she was more concerned about the divorce or having a child. Who knows?
That's a good one. So how much of like the family support to you? Because you've been into everything, so let it be your in-law side or, you know?
So it's just Daniel's mom that's left, and then my brother is also there with his wife, and they have one little girl, one more, she's pregnant, she's gonna have a baby. So my brother's always supported me, and Daniel's mother is also very kind and loving and supportive. So we have a good, knock on wood, a good environment around us.
What are you going to do next?
What do you mean? What am I going to do?
Because you've been doing so many things. So what is next to you?
I think that, you know, when you do social activities, I don't think that it necessarily needs to be broadcasted to the media. You know, like I recently met this most beautiful little girl on set in Kerala, and I see her every single day on set, sitting right next to the cameraman. and every single day, for some reason, because I didn't know who she was, I just assumed that it was the cameraman's daughter or somebody within the team's daughter, because she was sitting there next to this gentleman for so many days, and then finally I got to meet her, and I started talking to her, and then I said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And she goes, "I want to be a camera woman."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, wow." So I then got her a camera. So because I want her to, continue this. It's not going to make her a camera woman, but it's not the end, like, this is what's going to make your dream come true, is what I told her. But it's going to be the start of a dream, to keep fueling your dream. And if she has my number, she messaged me one day and said I wanted to go to this school to learn how to be a camera woman. I would be the first person to say, let me help you. But I wouldn't, it's not like something that I don't think that the media needs to know about
it. Yeah, exactly.
all these different things. So I think a lot of social work that you do should come from within, and not always, wait, let me get the camera going and let me tell the whole world what I'm doing or how I'm helping somebody. So, I mean, both Daniel and I are always, doing as much as we can for people. And I think if you can help an individual out, but not a temporary solution, but a permanent solution, I think that's way better than just saying, okay, here's some money, you figure out what to do with it.
Whatever you've been doing it, not just you, I'm talking about the other side of the people, like, immediately it's coming in the social media. It's a big boom. You buy something, the next minute it's getting broadcasted. So how do you look at this today's world, social media? Yeah, of course, for a lot of people it's a positive one, it's a healthy one. But there are few incidents which I don't want to mention, but there are few instances, like sometimes it goes into a negative vibe as well. So how do you look at this now? Everything is coming up in the social media now.
We definitely can control some of those things as entertainers, on what's going to come out on social media, and some things you just can't. So our world is like an open book, and the media is going to pick on what they think they can either sensationalize or overreact on and print to get viewership, because that's their job. So everybody has a job in life, and we have to kind of take it like a grain of salt and just, move forward and not respond to nonsense. And that's really all you can do.
What is the number to you on Instagram then?
What do you
because
mean?
you've got a huge followers. Because nowadays the promotions goes like that. You have a huge followers, whether you can be a celebrity or, it's not like you just have to be a celebrity as well. It's just a numbers game in today's world. So how do you
it's
look?
social currency. So, each follower adds up to a certain amount of social currency. That's the world we live in. And it definitely can do a lot of good out there. It definitely can help a lot of people out there. There's, one award show that I just went to where, you recognize all these people and they put out there all the good work that they're doing, and then they're being recognized for it. And it's because of social media that we're able to help all these people. So it just depends on the person who that account belongs to. So for mine's not just for, it's part of who I am. And I think that every entertainer should definitely use this tool to their full benefit.
MTV, Splitsvilla, X5. Sunny likes to tell like this, squeeze me.
Squeeze me, please.
Please, yes. So how is it?
It's absolutely amazing. Every year is better and better, and this year was on fire because we have introduced an element that we've never done before, which is the X's. And that definitely played a huge part in how the show turned out.
What is actually dating to Sunny?
I've been dating in a long time, but I think that, the dating world definitely has changed, but I think the core basics are always the same. That we want to feel special, we want to meet somebody who makes us feel special, that we're the only one in their lives, and, this whole idea of, being in a situationship or not putting labels, but yet everybody's putting a label.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that's changing, but at the same time, you know, those core basics are always the same.
But looking at Sunny, the question which comes to my mind is like, do you believe in this situationship? I don't know. Nowadays, people talk about this situationship. So, do you believe about
I
that?
think situationship also means that you're dating.
Yeah.
You know, when you say, yeah, I'm on the market, I'm dating people, that's the same thing. They just put a label on it. So, a new label.
Okay. And who was your favorite contestant?
This is my favorite. Oh my gosh, there's so many that I loved. I love Akriti. I like Jaswant. I like so many of them. Like, they all have something about them that is special and unique.
And as you said, they got to be like very special and unique. So, what is the best thing to attract you? They got to be so special.
Well, they don't need to attract me. I'm just the host who's helped facilitating either their growth or their journey in Splitsvilla and kind of moving them through the show. So I think it's more about being as authentic as possible, and I think that's most important.
Wow, that's nice.
Because the viewers, everybody sees right through it. It's not something that, you know, you can't scam the camera.
Exactly.
It knows, everybody feels things, and everybody can see right through you if you're being fake. And if that's your game, that's your game.
So, what do you think the one thing that audience like about the show?
Well, I think it's called human nature and our curiosity of this human behavior. And, you know, we are genuinely attracted to the idea of watching somebody's love story, how they meet, the things that go on, especially with reality shows. We see people's behavior, human behavior. It's like almost like an experiment to put them all together. So there's many elements that make it very interesting.
So generally, because as a Sunny, we know you're so beautiful women, but how inquisitive are you?
I love the show. I love watching them. I like what's going on. I think that they're so young and so amazing that, you know, watching their growth is something that I enjoy a lot. I've said this so many different times on Splitsvilla. To watch them grow from the first day they walk in till the very ending and seeing who wins, their growth is like exponential. And sometimes you meet people who have never done anything, never been anywhere, never been outside of their home small little town, and all of a sudden they're on this big show. And, you know, it's very interesting to watch their process, their thought process, what they say, their backgrounds, everything.
So as we spoke about this X Squeeze Me, and when we talk about the X, I'm sure all these years the show was a big hit, and I'm sure this year it's going to be even more bigger and better because of the word X, you know. It's actually, aside we would put a question like how this show is going to happen, because bringing the X inside, and it's like I wouldn't say compared to Big Boss, but it's another version on higher scale, you know, like the shows like that. So what comes to your mind when we talk about the word X?
Well, when they first told me that they were going to do this, I was like, oh my goodness. I said, you guys are going to open up a can of worms and it's going to be complete chaos. And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay. And I go, I don't know about this. And they're like, you have to trust us. I'm like, okay, fine. And that's exactly what it was. It was like dropping a bomb in Splitsvilla during a dome session, and literally it erupted.
Yeah.
And it erupted, and how. It was unbelievable what happened in front of us. There was a huge, huge fight. And that huge fight, the entire production was then on floor separating these boys because they were just so crazy. What they showed on TV was a fraction. Of what happened.
Yeah.
And that is, you know, obviously safety and all these different things come first. So it's not necessary to show all those things that happened. But it was very, very dramatic.
Imagine like probably rather being a host and you've been one of the contestants and they're trying to bring the ex of Sunny. What would have happened, Sunny?
I don't know if I would have reacted the same way if someone brought one of my exes now. You know, a lot of time has passed between exes, so I think it would have been like, you know, hey, we made a big mistake and let's just be friends because we both moved on. these were relationships and exes that were still had baggage or still were very raw. Their feelings were very raw. So they had a lot of emotions behind each of those exes coming.
You're very strict about with your husband and with your kids. Something you're very strict about, you know. You don't have to do it, don't do it. That's it. So what is that?
Something that I'm definitely not okay with. Again, we're talking about a culture that's like a nanny culture. So I believe that if we are going to have help in the house, whether it's a nanny, whether it's someone who's cleaning the house, whether it's, you know, our drivers, whether it's whoever it is, because these things are not going to not be there. They're always going to be there.
Exactly.
But I definitely want to raise children who respect these people and understand that not a privilege to have them, but it's like a gift to have them, and we should be grateful for them. We should be grateful for the people who help us, who feed us, who make our bed or clean the house or help us change our clothes or help us do our homework or whatever it is that that person does, that we respect the help that's in our house, the people who help us. And I have to always remind them, I go, they're not your help, they're my help. When you grow up, you can decide who you want, but I pay them a salary and you are going to respect them and be nice to them. And that's something that it takes a lot of time and nurturing on both ends, whether it's, you know, that people who are helping you to understand how to handle children and also what those no boundaries are for us are the same boundaries we expect them to have. So it's a challenge.
MTV Splits Villa X5 X Squeeze Me தமிழ்லயும் வருது கண்டிப்பா பாருங்க இந்த ஷோ எல்லாருக்குமே பிடிக்கும் ஏனா மொத்த எக்ஸியோ இறக்குறாங்க இந்த ஷோல மேம் தமிழ்ல வருது இந்த ஷோ
Yes, Splitsvilla is coming in Tamil, so make sure you guys check it out. Excuse me, please.
தமிழ்ல பாருங்க
Tamilla Paranga.
Yes, thank you.
நீங்களும் டைரக்டர் ஆகணுமா? பார்ட்டிசிபேட் இன் கிட்னாப் பிரசன்ஸ் டேக் ஒன் ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் கான்டெஸ்ட். ஃபார் மோர் டீடைல்ஸ் டவுன்லோட் கிட்னாப். Q&Q Pharmacy. தரமான மருந்து குறைவான விலையில். சேவ் அப் டு 70% on medicines.